A stadium packed with tens of thousands of people. Tears flowing, flags waving, voices rising in prayer. But this isn't a political rally, and it isn't a campaign event. It's the memorial of Charlie Kirk, a man whose life, death, and legacy have shaken American politics to its very core. On September 21, 2025, inside State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona, history was written. Not just in the speeches delivered, but in the emotions, the unity, and the controversy that followed. Tonight, we uncover what really happened at Charlie Kirk's memorial, the symbolism, the messages, and the hidden truths that the mainstream media won't tell you. But before we dive deep, I need you to do something powerful. Hit that subscribe button to The Hidden Truth. Let us know in the comments where you're watching from, and join our growing community uncovering the stories behind the headlines. Help us shine a light on the facts they'd rather keep hidden. Charlie Kirk was more than just the founder of Turning Point USA. He was a cultural force, a voice that rallied millions of young conservatives, and to many, he represented courage in the face of cancel culture, censorship, and political hostility. On September 10, 2025, his voice was silenced forever. An assassin's bullet ended his life during a speaking event at Utah Valley University. The news sent shockwaves not only across America but around the world. Just 11 days later, thousands would gather in Glendale, Arizona, to honor him. This wasn't just about grief, it was about legacy, about ideology, and about how one man's death could fuel a movement in ways even his life never fully could. The memorial was held at State Farm Stadium, home to the Arizona Cardinals and one of the few venues large enough to hold the expected crowd. Security was at a level normally reserved for presidents and world leaders. Attendees passed through airport-style screenings. Armed officers were stationed on every corner. Drones circled overhead. Inside, the stadium looked transformed. Giant video screens showed images of Charlie, smiling with his family, standing at podiums, shaking hands with world leaders. At center stage, a massive cross lit up, symbolizing the faith he often spoke about. The crowd was diverse, yet united in purpose. Families with children. College students wearing Turning Point USA shirts. Elderly couples clutching Bibles. Politicians, pastors, celebrities, and everyday Americans all under one roof. The atmosphere was solemn, but electric. Everyone knew they were witnessing not just a memorial service, but a moment that would echo for years to come. The memorial opened with prayer. Religious leaders from across the country spoke about Charlie's unwavering Christian faith. Some said he wasn't just a political figure, he was a missionary for truth in an age of deception. Then came the political leaders. Vice President JD Vance delivered a fiery tribute, calling Kirk a torchbearer for a generation. He spoke about how Charlie gave young conservatives permission to be bold, to reject political correctness, and to embrace their values without apology. Donald Trump's appearance was the most anticipated. Taking the stage to roaring applause, he praised Charlie as a patriot who loved America more than life itself. Trump's speech wasn't just about grief. It was also a rallying cry. He urged the crowd to continue Charlie's mission, to fight for free speech, and to resist what he called the dark forces trying to silence America's youth. But the most emotional moments came from Charlie's family. His wife, Erika, spoke through tears about his dedication to both family and faith. She described a man who, behind the political spotlight, was a loving husband and father, someone who prayed every night, who believed in forgiveness, but who also believed in fighting for what was right. Asterisk. 3 themes dominated the service. First was faith. Charlie was remembered as a man who rooted his activism in Christianity. Speaker after speaker emphasized how he saw America's future tied directly to its spiritual revival. Second was freedom of speech. Many who took the stage insisted that Charlie was assassinated because he dared to speak freely. They called his death not just a personal tragedy, but an attack on free expression itself. And third was the fusion of politics and religion. The memorial blurred the line between church service and political rally. Worship music filled the stadium, but so did chants of USA. USA. The blending of faith, nationalism, and activism was unmistakable. To some, it was inspiring. To others, it was troubling. The hidden truth here is that this memorial was more than remembrance, it was mobilization. A call to arms. A signal that Charlie's legacy would not end with his death. So what does this all mean? First, Charlie Kirk's memorial has already become a turning point for the conservative movement. His assassination turned him into a martyr, a figure whose voice may now echo louder in death than it did in life. Second, it revealed the deep polarization of America.
Gets to see him from my angle, except for myself and our children. And the sacrifices that he made this year, he's amazing. I'm very blessed.
And I would not have been able to do any of it without Erika. When it comes to your child,
To his supporters, Charlie was a hero taken too soon. To his critics, he was a controversial figure whose influence they feared. The memorial, with its mix of worship and politics, showed just how blurred the lines have become. Third, it raises urgent questions about political violence in America. If a figure like Charlie Kirk can be assassinated for his views, what does that mean for the future of open debate, dissent, and democracy? And finally, it forces us to confront a chilling reality: memorials like this aren't just about honoring the dead. They're about shaping the future. They're about rallying the living. And in that sense, Charlie's memorial wasn't an ending, it was a beginning. As the stadium lights dimmed, and the crowd bowed their heads for a final prayer, one truth was clear: Charlie Kirk is gone, but his movement is not. His memorial will be remembered not only as a farewell, but as a launchpad for a new wave of activism. Whether you loved him or hated him, you cannot deny the impact of his life, and the power of the legacy his death has now cemented. The story of Charlie Kirk is far from over. In many ways, it has only just begun. Thank you for watching this special deep dive on the hidden truth. If you believe stories like this deserve to be told honestly, without censorship, without spin, then hit that subscribe button right now. Drop a comment telling us where you're watching from, and share this video so more people can see the bigger picture. Together, we'll keep uncovering the truths they don't want you to know.